The trial of former Liberian President Charles Taylor began today in The Hague, and for the first time, prosecutors have made the recruitment of children under 15 in order to fight a war crime. CBS News spoke to one of the child soldiers about fighting in one of West Africa's most brutal wars.
When the war started and it came to my part of the country in Sierra Leone, the south, and I started running from it, and between 12 and 13 I had seen so much, and I had lost my immediate family. Mother, father and two brothers were killed, and I was with a group of other kids, and naturally we thought if we went to a military base we would be protected, but that turned out not to be the case, and we were forcefully recruited in this army. We were not given a choice. If we left, we were basically going to be killed by the rebels, who would consider us the enemy, and then joining was not to our best interest, but it was a way to stay alive in a way. But then after the initial coercion and the initial use of drugs, this became our reality. We lost ourselves completely in this war, that it became the only thing we knew, and that was our life. As time goes on, you become addicted to the drugs themselves, that you have to find them to take them yourself. And in the beginning, the killings are also very difficult to do, but as time goes on, you've lost yourself completely. It becomes your life, and you have to do it to stay alive. The commander begins to look like your father figure. The lieutenants, the sergeants begin to look like older brothers that you've lost, and family members you don't have anymore. So you develop a very strong sense of attachment to these groups, and in these times, these are the only things that are, this is the only kind of structure that is functioning in any kind of way. So young people develop a strong attachment to them. You become loyal. You want to please them, just as you want to please your elders. With the drugs and trauma, you develop this sense of invisibility, that you're now a combatant, you're part of something, you're not running away from this war anymore. You can bring this madness to people now, they will not bring it to you. So all these kinds of stuff, you believe that they have given you this kind of power. When I would write about certain instances that I witnessed, or during this time, there were exhibition killings that we looked at, we participated in, and we kind of cheered people on to do certain things. And when I would think about those things, it would bring a very strong discomfort within my own body, within my being. And I think because of these things, I came to realize that the only reason that a child can function in this particular world, if you lose yourself completely, when your faculties are not in place, if you are fully functioning, you're able to exhibit those human emotions, you cannot live in that world. There are all kinds of drugs, ranging from your common marijuana to amphetamines that I don't know the names of, to cocaine and what is called brown, which could be a mixture of cocaine and gunpowder, heroin and gunpowder. And all these things made you numb. And also watching like the war films and things, like, develop this sense of invisibility, that you cannot die and things like that. But in my group there wasn't such a kind of thing, but there was more a belief that the commanders had some sort of juju. They had some sort of magical power, that so when they led you to battle, or when they told you to go somewhere, that they were protecting you through some sort of magical power they had.
Let's go.
Again, this is one of the reasons why children are recruited. You cannot have adults to believe that kind of stuff. You drag them into this kind of madness, but you can have kids believe this. Regaining yourself, your humanity, it is a very, it's possible, but it's a very difficult process. It's not as quick as some people think it is. It took me 8 months just to regain myself and continue that process of healing. For some people it will take longer. For each child it's different. If I went to the bathroom to take a shower or to open a tap water, all I could see is blood pouring out of the thing until I look at it continuously before I could see water. If I tried to sleep, I would dream of certain things and I would wake up and pick fights. I had to withdraw from the drugs. I had to face the memories. It took people who were selflessly compassionate, and they were patient, and they persevered with us. It required people who were willing to look at us as children, regardless of what our lives had been, and that helped us, that rekindled our own humanity. It made us know that there was more to our lives than what we had come to believe, And also, we had lost the faith in human beings, to trust adults especially. So that also had to be regained. So I don't think I am necessarily angry in the sense that I will want revenge from them or anything, because I've come to know that that only brings about more suffering. But I think people who orchestrated this and who took so many lives in childhood, so we should be held accountable. I think, because this sets an example that you cannot do that to children anywhere. I love Sierra Leone regardless of what happened there. I was back there last year, and it's my home. I think one of the reasons I gained the strength within me to survive that war, to continue living, is based on things that I learned from my early childhood in that tradition, that culture. And it's a beautiful place. People have a remarkable resilience and very hopeful people, and kind and generous, and I would like to live there. The simplicity of life there I can't find anywhere else, and which is why I hope that whoever really comes in power next in Sierra Leone can really do something for the people, so that we can have that country back, because it's very dear to some of us, even though we've suffered there quite a lot.